Righto, so I just had a question about like a general rule for distance to activate, distance to confirm percentages, and my answer was it's kind of hard to have a general rule for them because it's going to depend on the coin pairing and the time frame that you're trading. What I mean by that is like if we take a look at the average size of candles, so we're currently looking at Doge on the 5 minutes. Now Doge is a coin that moves a lot, or can move a lot, and on these smaller time frames, you're going to end up with smaller percentages just because you're not seeing the same size moves. So the average candle at the moment is probably say 0.2% maybe. If we look at a few of them, about 0.3. That's about 0.1. So let's call that about 0.2%. Whereas if we were looking at, let's say, Bitcoin on the dailies, BTC perp is what we want on the dailies, then it's going to be a bit different because your moves are a lot bigger. So, the average candle here is 5%. Again, 4%. These ones will be even bigger. So, so it's kind of hard to have a general rule. So I prefer to, instead of having a general rule in terms of a percentage, a set percentage, my general rule is basically just size it up based off the candle. So how I do that is, let's say that I was looking at Bitcoin on the 4 hour and I was looking for a bounce off this trend line. So we want a long, we have a bounce, and we want a distance to confirm. So what I do is I sort of just look at what's happened previously along this trend line. So you can see it's been front run before, just there, and even probably here, you could say that those are front runs too. So I just sort of look at that. So if you don't know, so if you hold shift, then click, you can move your mouse and it gives you this little percentage tool, or you can actually just get it from, I've got it favorited, I think it's in here with the date and price range. So I'll just come to my trend line and go, okay, that got front run by about 1%. This one here was, say 2%. This one here was about 1. So I'm going to go, okay, my distance to activate, let's put that at 1.5%. Just to give me that bit of a buffer so that, I shouldn't get front run. If price gets close to alpha, then I'll be potentially, VEMA will be looking at this trade to enter for me. With the distance to confirm, same thing, but I sort of look at the size of bounces from the trend. So here, it was about a, let's call it a 3% bounce, and then price rocketed it out. Here, about 3%. Here was about 3%, and here was, probably 3-4%. So I'm just going to set my distance to confirm as 3 because it looks like if price does bounce 3% from alpha, then it has gone on a run historically, and so that is how I would set up this trade. So that's sort of my general rule is have a look at the candles because it will change based on the time frame you're trading and based on the coin you're trading. Just have a look at the candles. It's usually the best way to get some idea of how that coin moves and the percentages that you want to be looking at for that candle, for that coin pairing and for that setup.